Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's going on? I hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all had a great Christmas, you know what I'm saying, and just, you know, did y'all thing, man. And I hope it was all love and positivity. So we got this Saturday, January 2nd, in my city, man, Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Mavericks play ball. We got Luke Campbell versus Ryan Garcia, or as on the marquee, I think it would show Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. This is going to be a good fight, man. This is a really good fight. There are some unknowns in this fight, which makes it intriguing. We don't really know how Ryan Garcia looks versus this level of competition. This is the biggest step up of his career. He's getting in there with a guy that's been tested. Luke Campbell has been in with Jorge Linares, Lomachenko. He's a gold medalist. So this is going to be a very big fight for Ryan Garcia. And it's also a big fight for Luke Campbell as well, because if he loses this fight, he might just forever have to play the journeyman status. You know, we might not ever get another opportunity at a world title or get back on that level where he was at when he fought Lomachenko. So this is a huge fight for Luke Campbell. And plus, I know he feel like he got a lot to prove. And you got this young Thundercat, you know what I'm saying? This young fighter that has a whole lot of potential, a whole lot of promise, a pretty good fan, a pretty, you know, decent sized fan base, and it's growing. And this is a very popular guy, and I know Luke Campbell wouldn't want anything less than to go out there and prove everybody wrong, prove that he belongs on this level, prove that, you know, he's better than Ryan Garcia, and, you know, that he's not just a journeyman, that he can compete at the highest of levels in boxing. Ryan Garcia, skill-wise, like I said, this is the biggest step up for him. And we really don't know what he will look like versus a guy that has elite skills like Luke Campbell. I mean, Luke Campbell may not necessarily be considered an elite fighter, but I believe, like, you know, skill-wise, he has elite skills. He got a very good jab. He's a very solid counterpuncher, very accurate. He's a gold medalist, so we know he has the foundational skills, the foundational pugilistic skills as a boxer, and he knows what he's doing when he's in that ring. He's a thinking fighter. He's a chess player. You know, he's that type of guy. He's an outboxer. Don't have a whole lot of power, but I believe that he does have respectable pop to keep his opponent at bay and make them respect him, keep them from going crazy and just crashing out on him. That's going to be key in this fight. Can he make Ryan Garcia respect him? Because Ryan Garcia is going to be fighting this fight coming forward, trying to close the distance on Luke Campbell and trying to land shots and hurt Luke Campbell, to be honest with you. Can Luke Campbell keep Ryan Garcia at bay and make him respect the power? Can he pop that? He's a southpaw. Can he pop that right jab, you know, accurate enough and consistently enough to keep Ryan Garcia at bay? Those are questions that are going to have to be answered on Saturday. Ryan Garcia, can he go the distance and be effective and efficient and accurate and, you know, precise? Can he do that over the course of 12 rounds? Can he do that with the caliber of a boxer like a Luke Campbell? Can he go later on in the deep rounds and still be an effective puncher? We don't know, because pretty much all of Ryan Garcia's knockouts, they come within like 5 rounds, 4 or 5 rounds, if that. And also, I think this is the first fight where he's scheduled to fight 12 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of different things that we're gonna have to look at and pay close attention to in this fight. It's sort of a hard fight to predict because of the unknowns. With that's what makes predictions fun when you have a fight like this where it's kind of like you may have an idea of who might win, but you really just don't know. I mean, you never really know in boxing because anything can happen. But like in this fight, you really don't know because Luke Campbell can go out there and box Ryan Garcia's ears off and box him to a decision and make it look easy. Make Ryan Garcia look like, you know, he need to go back to the gym and go sharpen up on his skills. He not ready yet. Ryan Garcia can come in there and just beat the fuck out of Luke Campbell. I'm talking about hit him with some shit because he's been dropped, you know, a few times in his career. He's been hurt. And like I said, he got respectable power, I believe, but I don't know if he got enough power to keep a puncher and an aggressive fighter like Ryan Garcia up off him. Ryan Garcia could come in there and land a couple of combinations and just obliterate him. So all of these possibilities, you know, can happen. And I'm going to have to lean towards Ryan Garcia in this fight. And I'm going to tell you why. Ryan Garcia being on the upswing, being a very, very talented kid, very hungry, ready to prove something. He's been one to get in with top competition for some time now, but I believe his team, Golden Boy, you know, and the people around him have been kind of managing him and being very, very economical and being very, I wouldn't say timid, but they're reluctant to put him in with the Tank Davises of the world, the Devin Haney's of the world. They don't want to see him in the ring with these guys just yet. But this is a huge step up. And, you know, he's hungry. He wants to show everybody that he can fight, that he deserves all of this praise and this notoriety that he gets, all of this popularity that he got going on. He feel like he deserved that, and he hungry. He want to prove that. So I'm, you know, with Ryan Garcia having those intangibles, and then you look at the speed, you look at the power, you look at just the ferociousness when he throws his punches. And I believe Ryan Garcia is one of the more exciting fighters in boxing. I love his ability to punch when you punch. I love his not counterpunching. I love his combinations and, you know, the way he throws every punch with bad intentions. I do believe defense is going to be something that we keep our eyes on. He have been working with Canelo's trainer, which I believe that will help his defense out with the head movement and, you know, just being sharp. So I think that will help. We're going to see in this fight. But I think going into the fight, defense is a concern for me with Ryan Garcia. You know, keeping his chin in the air, keeping his hands down here like to his chest and shit, and his chin all the way up in the air, standing up so straight. You know, that's always been a concern for me. But if he can correct those small things, man, and you know, tighten up his defense and be sharp, I see him going in here and possibly stopping Luke Campbell. I'm gonna call it, I'm going to say 8th round TKO by Ryan Garcia. I'm going to go out on a limb, you know. I know the smart pick would probably be Luke Campbell by decision, just because of the experience, just because of the boxing skills. But I feel like if it's somebody that's going to beat Ryan Garcia, and I'm not going to say that you have to be an inside fighter or a great inside fighter to beat Ryan Garcia, but I feel like that's his biggest, to be honest, just looking at his style, that's probably his biggest weakness. Somebody who's going to be able to get on the inside and work him over on the inside, like making him miss and making him pay while being in close range. In that mid-range to close range, you know, somebody like a Tank Davis, that's probably going to be the worst matchup for him. But I also think, you know, guys like, you know, maybe a Devin Haney would give him issues. Even though Devin Haney is more of a pure boxer, he can also fight in close quarters on the inside, and he got the defense and the reflexes and all of that to be able to make you miss and make you pay. So I think a really good counterpuncher that can get close to you is going to be a huge problem for Ryan Garcia. And I don't really see that in Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell is a great counterpuncher, but he's not necessarily, I don't really see him having a lot of success fighting on the inside, you know, being able to go to the body consistently and just putting things together from close range. He does everything really from long distance, and he's really good at it. But I feel like if he's going to be able to go to the next level, he's going to have to develop an inside game. That's where Lomachenko really really gave him the work at on the inside, you know. So I got Ryan Garcia by TKO. I'm gonna say 8th round. But I would not be surprised if Luke Campbell pulls out a decision. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I will be surprised if Ryan Garcia somehow boxes to a decision versus Luke Campbell. I think that'll be difficult. I think Luke Campbell might win, like, out of the first 5 rounds. If it does go past 5, I think Luke Campbell probably win 3 or 4 of those first 5 rounds. And then I feel like Ryan Garcia going to catch him with some shit in between punches and put his lights out. So, yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Who y'all got in this fight and why. Break it down for me. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.